The main purpose for me being here today is to really introduce the founder of the Ivory Prize, Clark Ivory. Back in 2018, he gave me a call, and I'll never forget this call, and he said something basically like this. It said, "Kent, we have a real challenge with respect to housing affordability. It was obviously bad then, it's gotten worse over the 5 years, and it's a crisis. But I think that there's a lot of innovation that's going on around the country, and I'm thinking of starting a prize that will help us to really identify the innovation that's going on and to recognize it. Then it's not going to make the problem go away, but it will give us some hope and I think some direction." And Clark is one who doesn't mess around, and he basically said, "What do you think of the idea and will you help?" And here 5 years later, we are in the 5th year for the Ivory Prize, and it's a great honor and pleasure to introduce Clark Ivory, the founder of the Ivory Prize.
I just want to thank everyone who's here. We have a lot of partners that have made this happen, and when we kicked this thing off, we had some great board members that really made it happen. Of course, Kent Colton, who you just heard from, but also Carol Galante from the Turner Institute, who has put in 5 great years with us, and this is going to be her last year on our board. We want to celebrate her. Let's give her a big hand. Lori Goodman from the Urban Institute, and she's been so helpful in these financial areas as we've looked at a lot of innovation, and she was key. And then, of course, Chris Herbert from the Joint Centers of Housing Studies at Harvard. And just, you can see the board here. It's a great group. We've got really sharp, headsy people that are thoughtful about what's going on in housing, what needs to happen in housing. The unique thing that I think we did, though, in 2018 was we decided that we wanted to bring the great thinkers, those that were well respected in our industry, that had been, had a good pulse of what things were, had been happening, and combine them with the students, the up-and-comers, those that were going to really experience the biggest challenges due to the housing crisis, due to the lack of affordability. And so we started Hack-A-House as well. And Hack-A-House is like a hackathon you hear about mostly in the tech sector, but we renamed it Hack-A-House, and we started doing this 5 years ago and bringing together multiple students now from 21 different universities that are coming up with the best ideas for housing affordability. And we do this in sort of that 24-hour marathon session. And the reason it's been cool is it's caused a lot of folks to have a greater interest in housing and our industry and affordability and innovation. And these students have helped us through our innovation course, through those that are participating at other universities, through those who have now gone out and they're doing careers with a lot of the companies that we first identified. These guys have helped us vet out over 600 different companies and nonprofits that are introducing new ideas in housing affordability. And that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to announce the top for this year.
So this year, our finalists for construction and design, we have Planted, who is an amazing group that's East Coast based, and they're building a panel that it's going to be amazing. It's out of grass. It's super sustainable, and I will let you meet and talk to all of them. They're awesome. We also have Diamond Age, who is doing robotics specifically for offsite construction. We'll learn a little bit more about them. And then Inherent, who has built some amazing home projects in Chicago. It's comprehensive. Their CEO, Tim, I see, he's an amazing person. So get to know him. As much as the companies are amazing, the innovators and the people who run them are really the people. It's one of the reasons I love my job, because you get to meet people who are very passionate about what they do. Today, I'm fortunate enough to announce our winner. So today the winner is Diamond Age, and Jack Oslin, the CEO and co-founder.
Well, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. We're very appreciative of the Ivory Innovation team for recognizing the potential for our technology platform to continue to drive affordability in single-family housing. It takes a village, and we are super fortunate to have a very special group of people working on this problem. So thank you to everyone who came out today, and thank you, Clark and Jenna and Abby and everybody involved with the Ivory team. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us here today. I have the pleasure of announcing the finalists in our finance category. We have 3 wonderful finalists here. The Deerfield Fund for Black Wealth, which provides up to $40,000 in down payment assistance for first-time Black and African American home buyers to build generational wealth. Renify, which is the first one-stop shop marketplace for financing home renovations. And Frolic Community, which is paving the way for thousands of new multifamily housing cooperatives to be built on lots with single-family homes in cities across the United States. Without further ado, I'm excited to announce our winner in this category, which is the Deerfield Fund for Black Wealth. I could not be more pleased to invite Aisha Weeks, Managing Director of the Deerfield Fund, up to the stage.
Thank you so much. I want to start by thanking Ivory Innovation, particularly Clark and Abby, for their vision and leadership in elevating solutions that really are at the intersection of access, innovation, and equity. Again, I thank you so much for this recognition, and I look forward to continuing the conversation tomorrow as we take a deeper dive on the solutions that were featured today. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dejan Eskic, and I serve as the Director of Research and Education at Ivory Innovations. And I have the pleasure of announcing the finalists for the Policy and Regulatory Reform Innovators. So we have 4 in this group. First, we have the National Zoning Atlas, which is a collaborative out of Ithaca, New York, but spans across the country. And their mission is to digitize and democratize about 30,000 different zoning codes across the country. Can you believe that there's over 30,000 different zoning codes across the country? Imagine if the Ford Motor Company had to build a F-150 for every state. It would not be as affordable as it is. Second, we have Permit Flow. Permit Flow is the TurboTax for construction and permitting, providing automation and workflow software that simplifies and accelerates the permitting process. We also have the Housing Navigator out of Cambridge, Massachusetts, and they're a really cool company as well. They have an online platform, 24/7 live. It's a housing search tool for affordable housing that offers clear, reliable information for one of the most important decisions we all make, which is where we're going to live. And then we have the Kelsey out of San Francisco. And the Kelsey co-develops affordable, accessible, inclusive housing and leads advocacy and field-building efforts to create market conditions so inclusive housing can become the norm. And so this category is a little different. We have 2 co-winners. And so our first co-winner we'd like to recognize is the National Zoning Atlas.
On behalf of the National Zoning Atlas team, I want to congratulate the other inspirational winners and to sincerely thank Ivory Innovations for the receipt of the Ivory Prize. We are incredibly grateful for this honor as it will help to support our growing team. Our staff is connected with Abby, Kent, Jenna, Chad, and other Ivory affiliates. And we realize this prize isn't just about the funding. It's about joining a network of people all working to transform the way that we live for the better. Thank you again for recognizing our work, and we look forward to joining forces with you for years to come and to do our part in tackling the housing crisis.
Our other co-winner is Permit Flow.
Hi, everyone. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, especially to Clark, Kent, Abby, Jenna, the whole Ivory Innovations team, and the advisory committee. It's a true honor to be here among all these leaders in the housing industry and all these innovators in this community. So thank you very much. We're very grateful for this honor.
This is, a little room full of some great thinkers, some great entrepreneurs, and it can have a really big impact. And I appreciate all of you here today. I think you understand that these ideas are what we need to change our industry. But my challenge to all of you is join with us. If you're not already part, we want you to be part. And if you are, I want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to the top 10 who have given such effort to make their businesses and their ideas come to fruition. And I want to again thank our team and everyone here, and let's go innovate. Let's have a great year.